Hi guys, we're here today with Tom from Maschio. Today we're going to chat about the difference between power harrows and rotary hoes and what differences they have as far as working your ground and what applications they're best for. So Tom, can you walk us through the difference between the two?
Certainly can. I suppose the biggest point of difference is the way the rotary hoe works is a downward cutting motion down into the ground, whereas your power harrow is more of a mixing motion. So a lot of guys doing their veggies and things like that, they're looking for a rotary hoe to sort of chop and bury and things like that.
Sure.
Then your cultivation with your power harrow is it is chopping, but it's more mixing it in on the top, and it will get down through the profile of the soil, but not as far as you get it with a rotary hoe.
And would you find generally that people are more likely, like you say, to use a rotary hoe in a vegetable application and a power harrow in a pasture or something like that?
There is a bit of that. You do see some power harrows going on in the veggie game as well, but traditionally they are very heavy on the rotary hoes.
Sure.
And you do tend to see more power harrows in that pasture style. It comes down a bit to, they're generally on a power harrow putting a seed box on it and using it for multi-purpose for bit of cultivation and also seeding with it.
Yep.
You struggle to do that with a rotary hoe just because of the way it's throwing the soil. It's there's a bit more going on.
Okay. And as far as the finishes go, are you going to get a finer finish from a power harrow than you will from a rotary hoe, or is it much of a muchness?
It can be much of a muchness because there's a lot of factors to take into consideration. It's the speed you're doing, how many hectares an hour, you're travelling at 0.2 of a K or 4K an hour, that sort of thing. So you can end up with a very similar finish, but generally you'll find you'll end up with a flatter finish out of a power harrow.
Yep.
And that comes down from its levelling board and the way the roller's set up with that.
Okay.
You tend to get a more level finish, which is why the guys doing pasture are pretty fond of it.
Yep.
Whereas a rotary hoe, you can still end up with quite a wavy or lumpy finish out the back, even with the roller.
Yeah, sure.
Yep.
Okay. All right. And then as far as soil type goes, is there one that performs particularly better in soil types or soil moisture contents? Does that make much difference to any of it, or?
The power harrow does work better in a bit wetter conditions than what a rotary hoe does. Again, just for that stickiness factor you can get in a rotary hoe hull.
Yep.
But generally, they'll cover all soil types. It's more about what you're trying to achieve.
Yeah, sure.
Yep. So what power harrows do best is shallow work.
Yep.
So a rotary hoe really struggles to do that couple of inches. They like to bite a lot of dirt, fill the chamber up to refine the soil.
Okay.
Whereas a power harrow, you can work very shallow.
Yep.
And still get that refinement.
Yeah,
Yep.
sure. All right. And as far as power to drive both of the units, is there much difference in the horsepower it takes to drive a similar sized unit?
Yeah, not too much, but it's a different kind of power. So the power harrow, you need the power to drive the system in the PDO, but then you also need to pull it through the soil.
Sure.
A rotary hoe's a little the opposite, where yes, you need it to drive the implement, but you're almost using the tractor to hold it back.
Yep.
So if you put the tractor in neutral with a rotary hoe, it'll push at a rate of knots down the row. So you don't need the power to pull a rotary hoe, you need it to drive it, and then you're using the gearing of the tractor to keep the speed down.
Sure.
But you do need a bit more to pull the power harrow through.
I guess that comes down to the difference in the motion of the way that they work.
That's right. But generally, for size, you need more horsepower on a rotary hoe than you do on a power harrow.
Yep.
But there's a big difference in weight between those two machines as well. So there's a carrying weight difference between the two. Yeah. And you're generally working your power harrow a lot deeper, so it's requiring a lot more horsepower.
All right. And then, so what sort of depths for both of them are they sort of workable down to?
Yep, both of them will get down to sort of that, 30 centimetres, a foot mark.
Sure.
It's all dependent on a rotary hoe. It's about the generally about halfway point of the rotor.
Yep.
They don't like going much deeper than that. Power harrow, it's the depth of the tine. So a new tine will go quite deep.
Yep.
And obviously as they wear, you lose your depth.
Thanks, Tom. That's been really insightful, and we really appreciate you giving up your time to be with us today.
No worries at all.
So thanks for watching today, and if you are interested in having a look at any of our rotary hoes or power harrows, you can either jump onto our website and lodge an inquiry, contact the team at the Delmade office, or drop into our yard. Please don't forget, if you're interested to see more of Delmade's content and footage, please like and subscribe to our page to keep it coming your way. Thanks for watching.